going on here? What that is. Sorry, having a little difficulty. What the hell is this thing doing? Oh, lovely. Alright, let's try this again. Nope, let's try that again. Windows Zoom meeting. There we go. Woohoo! Hello. Howdy and hello, everyone. It's James at Montauk. Yeah, I do my own technical support. It is July the 5th, 2024. And I wanted to give a shout out to the Los Angeles Patriots. God bless the true patriots of LA, California. So large corporations and governments So large corporations and government entities can have illegal fireworks, but hardworking tax-paying citizens can't. Fucking Democrats. Crazy. You know? There's areas of Los Angeles you really don't want to light fireworks off, and then the rest of it is fucking concrete. Right? It's just, for fuck's sakes, people. But here's LA. Right?
Because there is another show from SkyCal, and these are the illegal fireworks that are all across Southern California.
And KCal's Desmond Shaw is live in SkyCal with a bird's eye view of this show. Des.
Well, Juan and Pat, you know, I fly 4th of July pretty much every year, and it never ceases to amaze me what we see up here. And this is just one little sliver of it here as we're looking across Boyle Heights and East LA. And to my knowledge, pretty much all of these are illegal fireworks. There may be a couple of designated professional displays down there, but it is just so insane to see really all across the LA basin and into the San Gabriel Valley as we pan over towards Montebello. I would show you South LA here. I'll show you in a second, but the crazy thing about South LA is there are so many fireworks going off that it's hard to even see them right now. As I pan west, there's downtown LA in the distance, but we have fog, and now we also kind of have this layer of residual firework residue here. You can still see all the fireworks going off here in South LA. It's such an insane thing to see. And what's crazy is this is sustained for 2 or 3 hours from like 8:30 until midnight. So, yeah, maybe like 3.5 hours. I wish there was a way that we could count, excuse me, just how many fireworks are going off in Southern California tonight, because it is just an amazing thing to see. And again, 95% of what you're seeing is all illegal right now. We're waiting to see if Dodger Stadium is going to have any fireworks going off here. They should be pretty soon. And then, of course, we've got the Rose Bowl happening.
Yeah, so you can fire over there and fire over there. And by the way, these areas are right next to large parks. And a lot of these areas here out in the sea of concrete and machines and people. Remember, there are, I think there's about 5 million people in Los Angeles County alone. Maybe 8, I don't know. Let me look. I want to just check real quick. How many population of Los Angeles County? Yeah, 9.7 million people. in a county. Right? That county right there that you can see at the top right is about the size of Johnson County, where I'm at, next to Kansas City. Yeah, so how many people are in Johnson County? Population. Yeah, 54,000. 54,000 people to almost 10 million people. These people they're just like, fuck you, man. They're like, fuck off. That's what they're saying. In their minds. They're like, I want to fucking go shoot my fireworks, so fuck the fuck off. You know? Now, there are areas, of course, especially now if dry weather, you don't want to be shooting in San Bernardino area. Or, you know, it could start maybe a fire. I get that. But they really need to give these people a break. They're going to fuck you. The 95% of them are all illegal fireworks. You know, the good thing about the border being open is it's allowing. The good thing about the border is it's. Oh, look at my cool shirt. Bass Pro Shop. Patriotic, baby. The great thing. One of the pluses. There's not a lot of pluses, though. They're able to bring in a lot of fireworks. Firecrackers. Or that's basically where they come from. Some come from up here. But I think that, you know, just, no. Yeah, there should be areas I in regards to Los Angeles that they shouldn't have. And, you know, give them at least a few hours. How about just from, you know, a half hour to hour prior to sundown to 2 hours after sundown, or just, you know, so it doesn't get out of hand. It doesn't matter. Just fuck off, you know. Just fuck your government bullshit. I'm just sick of this shit. You know, just let these people fucking live their lives. They work hard. They pay their taxes. Just stay the fuck away. I'm just sick of it, really. You know, and then you come out to a red state and they don't really fuck with you. You know, the only time they fuck with you is when you fuck with them. Or you fuck with somebody else. That's the only time something's going to happen out here. Right? And you just, everybody here, they just keep to themselves, do the thing, do their work, stay with their family and friends, you know. And they talk to you, neighbors kind of say hi and stuff like that. But that's it. It's just pretty simple. Yeah, it's just crap. All right. So God bless the United States of America, and I had a really nice 4th of July. Ate really good. I lit off some fireworks. I wonder if I have my little fireworks. I love this. Did I even post it? I think I posted it on here. What? All right, here.
Gonna put.
Here, watch this.
Come on, you. Gonna put.
Something dark. Yeah. That's just fucking dark.
Come on, you. Gonna put.
I'll leave it back. That's fucking hilarious. I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking doing it, man. I'm doing it. And there's my fish bucket. Always have a cone in my truck.
Come on, you.
We're done. Done with that. Anyway. Alright. So, all I'm saying, people, all I'm saying is, you know, it's America. Here's the, oh my God, these people are just fucking, they're just bots. It's amazing to me how extremely naive these people are. I don't think they are. Oh, here's what these people are. I got my COVID vaccination. You sure did. Oh, and I got 703. Yeah. This guy pops up every once in a while. I mean, I just tell him. I mean, it's really sad. Right? It's just extremely sad. These people are just gone. They don't even realize it. They're tainted. Their immune system is destroyed. They're fucked up. You know, they probably had, what, 2 or 3 of the booster things, right? The speaker booster, you know, for your audio. That's what I'm talking about. The speaker boosters for your radio boosters. They probably had like 6 boosters. And now they're fucking done. And they just really don't have... And I tell them, I will say to them, I say... And they'll try to make some argument, you know, going Trump, they've got Trump derangement syndrome. And there's a lot of people that understand that Russiagate was crap, J6 was crap, 2020 was stolen, da-da-da. And a lot of people agree with all that. But for some reason, there's still a lot of people that just can't... It's because they can't get past this hate. This fucking insurmountable amount of hate that they have for Donald Trump. I mean, during the time, I didn't have a hate for that. I had like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Because I was following mainstream media. I was praising mainstream media. I was involved in mainstream media. Right? And then I finally pulled away, started doing my own research, chickadee checking myself before I wreck myself, and looking into what was going on. And then I realized, wait a second, who's the real evil here? Because from what I'm seeing, this guy's pretty straight up. He was hanging out with everybody for a long time. Everybody was cool, buddy. Just like a lot of millionaires or billionaires do. They hang around with legislators, judiciaries, executives, because they want to know what's going on with industries and politics and laws and bills. It affects their trading. It affects their stocks. It affects their businesses. So they stay close to these people. This is very commonplace. Trump was one of them. But as soon as he put his name in the hat to run, he became an enemy. And the reason why he became an enemy is because he was the maverick, the actual maverick. You know, somebody said something today, and I've got to find that. I have it. I had it. Dang it. I got this. Let me go back. And it's Rickards, Jim Rickards, just brilliant man.
The future.
He discusses kind of what's going on. You've got to watch this interview if you ever get a chance. It's really good.
Not everybody, I'm not painting with a broad brush, but it's just the case. But the parade was attacked and disrupted by the Hamas supporters. Surprised to me, Alzheimer's, where you don't even recognize your family members, but the idea that you are not rooted in reality, you make up stories, et cetera, your logic isn't really there. That's what happens. And that was apparent. He's been going for a while. The whole Scranton Joe, 6 leaders, foreign heads of state. Nonsense. It's a facade. It's already fallen apart. One last thing, Danielle. I use a lot of different indicators and sources in my own analysis, in my own models. And one of the most reliable ones I use is that hedge fund mavens are the worst political analysts you can find. Find out what they're doing. I'm serious. Find out what they're doing and do the opposite. So, and I've met Ray Dalio in Greenwich. Nice guy, does a lot of good charitable work. But Ray Dalio, Paul Singer, Bill Ackman. The list. Take any one of them. Find out what they're supporting, and that's pretty much a loser. And then go. So as a contrary indicator, it's great. These guys were all in on Nikki Haley. I mean, and many other examples. But their hedge fund mavens are one of the best contrary indicators. Ken Griffin, I forgot to mention him. Hedge fund mavens are one of the best contrary indicators of what's actually going on that you can find.
Well, just one more point on Dahlia, and then I want to just get back to some comments surrounding Biden. He, in the same opinion piece, he kind of stated the obvious, saying that markets prefer capitalists. So at this time, investors from all over the world are asking themselves, one, where can they be most confident that these cash flows will be best? And two, where are these capital values most strongly held and protected? I want to
the French Revolution is always a classic example. So the revolutionaries overthrew the King Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette, got rid of them, etc. But then once they set up the guillotine and started chopping people's heads off, they started chopping each other's heads off. In other words, the Jacobins were more radical than the original revolutionaries, and Robespierre, killed thousands of people in the guillotine, and then they chopped his head off. In other words, they just keep going until something intervenes, and in that case, it was Napoleon. But I thought it was interesting the other day, just a couple of days ago, was what they call Pride Month or whatever, and they had a Pride parade in New York City last Sunday, and so that's pretty radical, pretty left wing. Not everybody. I'm not painting with a broad brush, but it's just the case. But the parade was attacked and disrupted by the Hamas supporters, by the terrorist supporters. So here you had who's more extreme left, the Pride Brigade at their extreme versus the Hamas terrorist supporters. But none of them were on the right, let's put it that way. They were attacking each other. That is the history of a lot of revolutionary movements. It happened with the Bolsheviks and the Mensheviks, and during the Russian Revolution. So, but I guess where I would disagree with Ray, that gets worse. It doesn't get better, and there is no cure. So if you have it at all over the course of time, it will get worse. It doesn't have to be full-blown Alzheimer's where you don't even know Ludwig von Mises, and they're obsessed with price discovery. The World Trade Organization, globalists in the Republican Party, the rhinos are being run off the road one by one. It takes time. Mitch McConnell stepping aside at the end of this year. Nikki Haley is toast. Year 2000. So this was the globalist agenda. They didn't care that China was communist. They didn't care about things like that. Now there's a massive reaction to that. What's going on with Marine Le Pen in France? The European Parliament elections. Here comes Nigel Farage with his own party in the UK. They're going to throw out Rishi Sunak. They're going to throw out Macron. They're going to throw out Biden. Putin is in a very solid position. What do Viktor Orban in Hungary, what do they all have in common? They're nationalists. They're not globalists. So there are still going to be winners and losers, but if Dalio is thinking of capitalists versus socialists, I would say wrong frame, wrong century. You have to think today of nationalists versus globalists, or don't think of capitalists versus socialists. Think of nationalists versus globalists.
Yeah,
that's the right way to think about where the opportunities lie, and the nationalists are winning.
Do you think the Republican Party is aware of that?
The Republican Party is the nationalist party. The globalists in the Republican Party, the rhinos, are being run off the road one by one. It takes time. Mitch McConnell stepping aside at the end of this year. Nikki Haley is toast. The Bushes are, played an important role, but they're yesterday's news. one by one, the globalists are being run out of the Republican Party, and they're being replaced by nationalists. That's very far along. It's going to be ingrained after the election. Trump will win, and look, I voted for Trump in 2016. I voted for him in 2020. I actually voted for him this year in the New Hampshire primary, so I have a pretty good track record of voting for Trump. But I am a fierce critic of Trump because of the way he bungled the transition in 2016. That was like a once-in-a-century opportunity. See, Trump never drained the swamp because he couldn't find the swamp. He didn't understand what the swamp was. The swamp is the deep state, but there's actually a book. It's called the Plum Book. It's a list of every federal job where the president has power of appointment. You know, some require Senate confirmation, but many do not. Trump said, well, I'm not going to worry about appointments because if I don't like you, you're fired. That may work in New York real estate. It does not work in Washington, D.C.
There you go.
He hired a bunch of, people. I think of Christopher Wray, head of the FBI, as a neo-fascist. I think I'm right about that.
Yeah.
Donald Trump appointed Christopher Wray. So if you're Donald Trump, don't whine to me about, the FBI is all over you. Well, you appointed the director. You picked Christopher Wray. So why don't you get some better advice? Why don't you get some better appointees? That's the bad news. The good news is they are. I think Trump has learned his lesson. 78-year-old guy doesn't change his spots very easily, but I think he learned that was a wasted opportunity. He knows this will be his last term. They've got two things going on: Heritage Foundation, Project 2025. It's called Mandate for Leadership 2025. Peter Navarro's coming out with a book where he kind of lays out this. There's the Plum Book itself. There are resources out there, but if you want to see what Trump's going to do in a second term, check those resources, and you can see this is going to be a radical change, and it's going to. So short answer.
So he's right to not be selective in what I'm saying, because that's easy to do sometimes. You start becoming a little selective. But I already know what Trump's agenda is. If you go to his website, right, Trump campaign website, and I think it's right here, Donald Trump, right? And then you look up, this is his agenda. This is it. Project 25. I'm going to play it for you. I want you to see it. And wait, let me get Project 25 up first, too. Okay, now Project 25, he's not even associated with it. He has nothing, he has no idea what the fuck, and he's made these comments recently on the media. Like, here's Mark Hamill. So people are trying to find out where this is coming from. And I think where this is coming from is from the rhinos and being pushed by a group that has nothing to do with the Trump campaign. I know nothing about Project 2025. I have no idea who is behind it. I disagree with some of the things they're saying, and some of the things they're saying are absolutely ridiculous and abysmal. Anything they do, I wish them luck, but I have nothing to do with them. Then, of course, this fucking weirdo pedophile Mark Hamill, he disagrees with something he knows nothing about. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. No, he's saying he's looked it up. There are a few things that I'm sure he's not familiar with, and some he's not. But he doesn't know the full extent of it. So you can say whatever you want here. All I know is your Biden candidate is just pathetic, bro. No, not a bro. You fucking Demoncrat, pedophile motherfucker. That's all I have to say. All right, so if you go back here, to what he's saying. So Project 25, he doesn't like Project 25. So we're going to go to, so let's go to Project 2025 is right here. You see it. Let me make sure we can fit it in here. I want to make sure you guys can see it. All right, here we go. Project 2025. There's some stupid shit in here. Whoever created this is an idiot. And Trump's like, nah, this stuff is crazy. There's crazy shit in here. It's just fucking ridiculous. He has nothing to do with this presidential transition project. Who the fuck made it? Right? This is what Trump's doing here. Agenda 47. I don't know why he's calling it for agenda. That's just like, dude, stop with the fucking agenda shit. But they've always had this terminology. It's just there are some out there just that are really extremely threatening. Okay, so right here. He declares war on cartels, ending veterans. And let me just make sure you guys can read this all the way. Which I think you can. Why is this so small in this small space? This is very strange. Right? Agenda 47, the welfare for illegal aliens, for sure. The American Academy. President Trump announces a plan to revolutionize higher education by shifting exclusively large endowments for private universities toward a new institution called the American Academy. Nice, I like that. President Trump's message to Americans auto workers. He's going to fucking get rid of these stupid electric crap. President Trump's pledge to homeschool families, which is fine. Give them support. I am fucking all in on homeschooling. It's just homeschooling is interesting because somebody's working, or either they're both working. So he's got to juggle with that. This is part of America must have the number one lowest cost energy and electricity on the planet. Absolutely. Returning production of essential medicines back to America and ending Biden's pharmaceutical shortages. Big Pharma is going to love that. President Trump calls for death penalty for human traffickers. That's my favorite. Rescuing Americans' auto industry from Joe Biden's disastrous job-killing policies. Oh, my God, for sure. Rebuilding America's deeply depleted military with real fucking strong men and women. Protecting students from the radical left and Marxist maniacs infecting educational institutions like fucking pole dancers and trans story fucking time bullshit with your toddler. I mean, for fuck's sakes. Protecting Americans. Oh, let me show you. This is good. Let me show you this one. Wait. Where's it? Right here. Here's a good one. Watch this. All right.
6. You cannot pick your bedtime. You're 6. You want to pick your gender? That's totally fine. You cannot pick your bedtime. You're 6. You want to pick your gender? That's totally fine. You cannot pick your bedtime. You're 6. You want to pick your gender? That's totally fine.
Do you guys understand that? Does anybody understand that? It's this lunacy. It's fucking lunacy. Cementing fair and reciprocal trade with the Trump Reciprocal Trade Act. Yeah, you get some reciprocal. What this means, under the Trump Reciprocal Trade Act, other countries will have two choices. They get rid of their tariffs on us, or they will pay us hundreds of billions of dollars, and the United States will make an absolute fortune. Yeah, just, let's open up commerce, but make it fair. Using impoundment to cut waste, stop inflation, and crush the deep state. I will use the president's long recognized impoundment power to squeeze and bloated federal bureaucracy for massive savings. This will be in the form of tax reductions for you. This will help quickly stop inflation and slash the deficit. Address the rise in chronic childhood illnesses. Too often, big pharma, too often our public health establishment is too close to big pharma. They make a lot of money. Big pharma, big corporation, to other special interests, and does not want to ask the tough questions about what is happening to our children's health. It's the food too, bro. You know, seed oils are just like a molecule away from fucking motor oil. Too often, our public health system is big pharma. They make a lot of money. Okay, we just okay. Celebration of 250 years of American independence at Iowa State Fairgrounds. Oh, that'd be cool. Oh my God, that would fucking be amazing. Agenda for us the day one exclusive order ending citizenship trials for legal and out birth. Okay. As a part of my plan to secure the border on day one of my new term in office, I will sign an executive order making it clear to federal agencies that under the correct interpretation of the law, going forward, the future children of illegal aliens will not receive automatic citizenship. Oh, that's going to hurt. And who else we got? Is this one good? I already know. What about this one? Yeah. There's probably a lot more in there. I'm okay with it. I don't see a problem. I don't see a problem at all. You know, I know he doesn't want war, and look at these fuckers want war. The Lincoln Project is just shameful. Do you agree China should be banned from buying farmland? Absolutely. Absolutely. Look at this one. World Economic Forum young global leader Ida Auken. Think about 3 billion people entering the middle class, all wanting cars, mobile phones, computers, eating meat. I mean, this is a huge pressure on the resources we have, and that's why the prices have come up so dramatically the last 15 years. No, it's bullshit. So what they're getting to, they're all about depopulation. They're trying to hoard everything for themselves. And if you don't get that by now, then you're not getting it. Period. Now, I don't know why Jimmy Dore isn't fucking getting it. I tried to warn him about the boot, the fucking Kool-Aid in his arm, but he didn't listen to that. Right? Fair to say the Germans have some expertise in this matter. What is it? Oh, God. Look at this. So the greatest at the world peace. I don't know if that's accurate. Those who oppose are traitors. Sure sign of this CNN person is not a journalist. She admits she trusted a politician and his team to tell her the truth and just took their word for it and repeated their lies instead of investigating them. Now she feels betrayed by the politician who a long history of pathological lying. When it became undeniable they were lying to her. These are the types of people that get hired by corporations to do the news. She's not only a moron on purpose, but also a horrible liar. Yeah, they're fucking everywhere. What did she say? At some point I'll write longer on this, but I think part of the reason the Biden must go story has been so huge is that a lot of commentators, voters, even members of the press feel angry and betrayed. Many of us largely trusted Biden's team when they insisted he was fine. But they were wrong. He's not. The debate made very clear that he's not fine. Initially, I think many of us left some combo of pity for Biden and fear for the future. Now I think there's rising resentment at being had. Oh yeah. To be clear, the Biden team could fully weekend Bernie's him or send 3 toddlers in French toast debate. There's a toll. Watch as this. Let me tell you what's going to happen. All right, I'm going to tell you guys what's going to happen as we get closer to November. Now check this out. As we get closer to November, you're going to see a lot of journalists, a lot of politicians, a lot of celebrities, once they start seeing how overwhelming it's going to be that Trump is actually going to win by not just a fucking landslide, by like 2012, the movie with what's his what the fuck is that guy? John Kolpick. Anyway, it'll come to me. But you know what I'm talking about, that movie, the Earth's breaking apart. It'll be like that. That's how strong that's going to be. But everything's going to be fine. There's not going to be an earthquake. There's not going to be this. If anything happens between today and November 5th, it's going to be because of the Demoncrats. I guarantee it. It's going to be because of the Demoncrats. They're going to do whatever they can, however they can, to stop this election. They're already trying to bring back bird flu or any flu or fucking something. They're creating whatever they can. They're doing whatever they can to make this, to make it capable of stealing or taking away or rigging. That's what they did in 2020. So it's really crazy. It's really crazy. And all I'm saying is prepare, because I hope you're not in one of those cities or one of those states. One of those states with that city that they're targeting, or that area or that location. Right? Because they don't care. They'll take you out. They'll like I've been saying, the Demoncrats will, to keep their money, their power, their resources, their money, their corruption, their disgustingness, their demonism in a sense, they're going to do whatever they can, and they'll sacrifice you, as they did in 2020. They sacrificed you. In fact, they sacrificed a lot of you. You just don't know that yet. But the numbers that came out are really interesting. So I'm going to change to that real quick. Look, I recommend you guys go watch Jim Rickards for sure. Watch ITM Trading Inc. Watch that entire thing, but he nails it. And what he says makes great sense. Let me just kind of finish here.
Answer your question, Daniela, is that the Republican Party is the nationalist party, and the globalists are being run out of the room.
Interesting, Jim. And he's nowhere in your league of being a political analyst, but I thought Dave Portnoy, and again, I bring this up because it amassed over 3 million views. I thought he had an interesting take. And again, baseless. This is just his theory, but he's a social media entrepreneur, superstar. And he said that Biden was just set up by the Dems. They knew he would fail. To your point, how couldn't they have seen his deterioration these past 4 or 5 years? And that the real plan is just to usher in a Gavin Newsom, which he says would just be an absolute catastrophe for the country. So just before we move on from politics, just your two takes on, does Biden get replaced now? And so if you think he does, who do you think fills his shoes?
Yeah. Well, on the first question, I think the answer is no.
Okay.
Now, would it be a good idea to replace Biden? Yes. My concern about Biden is not like who wins or loses the election November 5th. That's a big deal, and we talked about it. My concern is that we don't get into the annihilation of the human race between now and then. As you know, I'm pretty bold when it comes to promoting my own books, but I've been suggesting people read a book by Annie Jacobson called Nuclear War. Brand new, bestseller, easy to find. Read that book. You won't sleep, but you'll learn a lot about just how destructive and how dangerous nuclear war is. We seem to have forgotten all those lessons. We knew them in the 50s and 60s, and even in the 1970s. But after the end of the Cold War and the fall of the Soviet Union, all that, people. I think of Christopher Wray, head of the FBI, as a neo-fascist. Project 2025.
Portnoy, and again, I bring this up because.
Anyway, so what he said earlier, that the swamp, I think we missed it, but he clearly stated in that, just read the whole thing. If you want the link, just let me know. He said that Trump was just learning. He was just figuring. He didn't really know what was going on, right? The Plum Book. The Plum Book is the book of all the people that are in the administration and all the people that he could have wiped and absolutely, completely drained the swamp, but he didn't. He said, if they fuck up, I'll fire them, but that was a mistake. And he knows that now. So when he gets in, they're gone. It's just the list will be huge. The list will be huge out of that book. And goodbye, because all of you are a bunch of fucking traitors. Traitorous, criminal traitors. And then we'll keep your number and your address, because I'm telling you right now, Trump will probably have somebody knocking on your door going, we need to talk to you. You are now in custody for da-da-da-da-da-da. So, yeah, their sentences will be dished out, right? Crimes will be accounted for, right? People will be liable this time for the shit that they've done, which is pretty sad. But, yeah, so this is going to be his senior year. He's going to go in, and he's going to kick ass. The thing that I really am concerned about him with is not watching his people, because he's got to be careful with the people around him. He's in a position where he's kind of like JFK. Okay? He's kind of in the position where, they're already threatening him. I mean, they're blatant threats all over fucking TikTok, all over fucking Facebook, all over fucking Instagram, all over Twitter. These people literally have said they want blah, blah, blah to kill and torment and destroy and all this other stuff, Donald Trump. This is nuts. And it's okay. And it seems to be okay in some of these platforms. It's just really odd. Right? Anyway. So, I'm going to just kind of end with this, and I think it's important for everybody to know. I know there's probably a lot more I want to discuss tonight. It might even come back on, honestly, but at this point, here it is. I get it. You think he's going to ruin your life. He's going to destroy you, but my favorite hat, which I'm just going to fucking make one. Make bacon $1.99 again. That's it. How simple is that? It's not going to happen with Biden. They're not going to slow up. Their goal, their part, this is what Rickard was saying. The Demoncrats and that party are global agenda, New World Order, Great Reset, embedded, tied to the hip of that fucking particular agenda. Now, on the other end, there's another agenda, and that's called freedom of speech, Second Amendment, being strong, having good wages, having a decent job, having a cart full of groceries that isn't $300, right? Let's just get to the brass tacks here. Your life was better under Trump. I don't care how you mix it, how you send it. Your life, the way your life operated, was pretty good. Mine wasn't bad. It was rough. I was in California. A fucking one-bedroom apartment at that time was like $1,500 a month, $1,600 a month. Now it's like $2,200 a month. That was like 2018. And then I came over here and I'm just like, there's a fucking house, a giant house for $500 a month. What fucking idiot couldn't fucking hold that down? It's crazy. Look, the minimum wage in states, that's up to the people in the states. If your state this is what gets me about people in the states where the minimum wage is so low. Look, Missouri's minimum wage is like 12, I think, $12.50, which is pretty doable, right? But here's the problem in West Virginia. Nobody's doing anything. Their fucking minimum wage has been like $8.25, $8.50 forever. Let the states fix it. It's all about mass. Get out in the masses and say, look, we want a decent wage. What's interesting about West Virginia is nobody will fucking work for under 12. Period. Nobody. Nobody will fucking work for under 12. Nobody will fucking jump in their job. They'll rather take unemployment for the rest of their life or be on fucking disability, whatever the case may be. Right? Anyway, there's not a lot of work out there anyway, but there could be. There could be some serious work out there one day. That place could flourish. You know, there's a lot going on out in West Virginia. I do hope that the people out there are doing well, doing better. Things happen. Mistakes get made. People vote wrong. People trust the wrong people. People have faith in people, and it gets broken. But your character is based on your actions. So if you've done something really bad, then you can fix things. The problem with people is they don't feel like they can fix shit. I'm all about fixing. If somebody came to me, hey, it's crossed me at some point or whatever, and they said, look, I want to fix this with you, and I go, what do we need to do? I would rather have allies than enemies, by far. Or instead of having, 100 people on my team, I'll take 1,000,000 people on my team. Right? I'd rather have the support of many than and us supporting each other as well. So the person 100 persons away from me gets the same support that I'm getting. That's called the Republic. Anyway, good talking with you. I wonder if there's anything else. Oh, there's a lot of stuff to go over, but the main thing I wanted to go over is it's just freaking interesting as hell as what they're doing, and how Biden's gone. It's just, how are they going to fix that? Because it's just getting worse. He just did another interview with Jupap Gupta or whatever, or Stephanopoulos, right, or something, and it was terrible. He just fucking choked again, and it's over. He's going to be replaced. They're probably going to pick Newsom, but Newsom is just as fucking weak. And it just looks terrible for the party. There's 3 months left. Like July, August, September, October, November. There's 4 months left. There's 4 months left. Right? And you're going to fucking bring in some new person. Michelle's not going to do it because people are going to demand that she fucking have an XY chromosome test. That's for damn sure, right? She's already said it's not in my soul to do it, and she's already refused to do it. She's not. It would be a bad idea to fucking try to pull that off. It would be a bad idea to try to pull that off. Because Joan Rivers, you know what she said? Oh, he's a trans. Everybody knows he's a trans. Come on, everybody knows. Right? But anyway. There's some more firecrackers tonight. This whole weekend's probably going to have some firecrackers. There was a good show around the people around my house last night. It was great. And fuck Los Angeles and California for not allowing people, at least in the areas, to enjoy a regular fucking 4th of July. There are, what's interesting is in Stanton, California, you could have fireworks. You could have fucking fireworks in Stanton, California back in 99, 98, 99, 90, and then I think the fucking meek, malleable, obedient, and compliant, democratic, worshipping idiots just took it away. Let people fucking enjoy themselves, for fuck's sakes, right? Let people fucking enjoy themselves and live life. California's just turning into shit. Oh, they got to see the new sign. The new sign all over San Francisco is, you will be prosecuted for, you will be arrested for $950. No, look it up. These are real signs they're putting out. Nothing will happen if it's under $950. So businesses are closing left and right in San Francisco. There's no store, no liquor store. Why have a liquor store if you know it's going to be robbed? It's going to be robbed as soon as you open it, 5 minutes after, 2 minutes after, 20 minutes after. This is the fucking mentality. It's crazy. Hey, Jordan, how you doing? I was just going. I'm going to say aloha to everybody. Aloha. Bass Pro Shops are awesome, and Shields is fucking badass, too. Okay, aloha, bye. Take care. Aloha. Oh, and have a wonderful weekend.